So this is our Power BI. This is what you see. This is the logo for our Power BI. This is how the desktop is. This is how the software is. Power BI. So this is what we will see. We'll be talking about all of this. We'll be talking about all of this. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So now we'll be talking about all of this. So this is what you first see. Everything here is something you can still see around this side. But this is just like a welcome thing for you to, okay, maybe you have some, these are some of my projects that I've done on Power BI that I feel, okay, let me just quickly, this is like a recent tab for you. So in case scenarios where you have projects that you've done, those projects will be here. So if you decide to pin, you can decide to pin those projects. Maybe you don't want them to go far down, so you can actually pin them. You can pin them
Hello,
from,
this is class recorded.
yes, 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 so you can pin them from here. Now, one thing about Power BI. Power BI is a software from Microsoft. So it's also um, I said Power BI is a software from Microsoft. So the same Microsoft that produced Excel that we used in the last class. So they are also the ones that produced this Power BI. So reason for swift integration between Power BI and Excel. Though you can still integrate other things, but there is a swift integration. What I mean by swift integration is that you can easily move your files from Excel to Power BI, vice versa. So you can have those things. Now, one thing about Power BI is that let's come to file. I'm coming. So what do we have here? These are projects that I've done. These are projects that I've done on Power BI. See, I have some. These are just the recent ones. So this is like just like your Excel. A new, maybe you want to start a new project, open a report. That is some of the reports you have before. If you want to save, get data. So we'll be talking about get data now. If you want to import or you want to export, you want to publish to Power BI public, a lot of things. These are options and settings. Maybe you want to tweak some things on your Power BI desktop. You have to do that around this side. So um, I said something last, I think it was last class. I said there's actually a software in Excel that software is a default software on Power BI, and I call it Power Query. Now, while bringing anything from from outside source, anything at all, it's not going to come directly to this page. It's going to go to, it's going to ask you if you want to take that particular. Okay, let me make it practical. So you see this field is where you have your visualization. This field, you have three fields. This is the report view where you have your visualization. All the visualizations we'll be dealing with will be on this particular point. This point is where you have your data. All those data sets, you have them here. And this part is for modeling. This part is for modeling. So we'll be talking about all those things later. So we're talking about all those things. Someone said you can access the link. I'm coming. Mr. Dara Isaac, are you the one on the group?
No, it's me. Yes, it's me.
Okay, okay, okay.
Mr. Lanry, actually. Yeah,
Okay,
I always use my son's laptop.
okay, no problem, sir. No
Yes.
problem. So let me just go
Mm.
back and
Mm.
sorry. You can help us mute your mic. So this is what we have. So today I'm not really touching all of this. I'm going to Power Query today. That same Power Query, the software that is inside this Power BI, and it is also inside your Excel. It's also inside your Excel. So let's focus on Power BI and let's see what we can do. Now, how do I bring, if you want to do anything, data analysis, anything at all, you need data. So how do I bring my data into this place? All the data that we've been doing since we started is an Excel data set. So all those Excel sheets. So what are those things that I can, how will I bring that Excel, those data, how will I bring it inside this place? So that was the first challenge. How do I bring them in? So now, I know we have our data set in an Excel format. Our data set is always like this, something like this, in an Excel format. So because it is like that, so we can decide, look at this particular point, we wrote get data, get data. So if I click on get data, I have a lot of things I can get data from. I can get data from an Excel worksheet. I can get data from an Excel worksheet. I can get it from a Power BI data set, data flows, data vars, SQL server. So now you can even link your SQL server to this point, to your Power BI. So you have a lot of things that you can connect. But today we want to talk about our Excel workbook because majorly your data will be coming in form of Excel sheet. So once you get the Excel sheet, you can just bring it here and start your transformation and manipulation. So I can decide to do that from my Excel worksheet. You still have a lot. There are a lot. Look at it. There are a lot of sources where you can bring your data from, not only from Excel workbook. So some can be text, some can be, everything can be in a folder. Maybe you want to bring it from a folder. These are all SQL databases that you can bring it from. So it depends on the SQL database that you are working with and you want to bring your data set from, or you want to bring your data from. I know I'm still, majority of the things I'm saying, maybe you don't understand, but don't worry. So what we want to deal with today is Excel workbook. So now, I want to bring my data from an Excel workbook. Someone wants to join the class. I want to bring my data from an Excel workbook. That's what I want to do. So what do I do? I still have a lot of things. Yeah, this is everything. That's why all that is showing everything. So if I want to bring it from a file, so maybe from an Excel workbook, from text or CSV, XML, JSON file, maybe everything is in a folder, even PDFs, you can do that. From a database, so maybe you want to bring the data from a database. It's not in an Excel format. It's in a database. It's actually in a database somewhere, and you want to go and bring it from that database. So your Power BI can do that too. From Microsoft Fabric, from Power Platforms, from Azure, from online service. So I can even go online. I can go online. Maybe I'm seeing something online. I want to bring it, and I want to bring it. You can go to your web service. Maybe you see a particular table while going through Wikipedia or your Google, and you want to bring that particular table to your Power BI. You can do that too. The only thing you need is the URL of that particular site. I'll be showing you all that too later. I'll be showing you. So you just ask for the URL of that particular page where you saw that table online. So Power BI will help you bring in that table. We'll be doing all those things now. Now the next thing I want to do is to show you majorly everything we've been doing has always been an Excel file. Okay. So let's come here, get data. Let's get it from an Excel workbook. Now what I want to do is that, do you remember the data cleaning we did? I hope you didn't forget the data cleaning that we did that time. So I want to use that data set. I plan on using 3 data sets today. 3. So it depends on how fast we are. Now, once I do that, look at that data set. Look at it. If I click on it, this is it here. This is it. This is it. This is the data set. Now, I have 3 things here. Load. If I load it, it's coming to this page immediately. If I load it, once I load, I click on load. It's loading. This place is where you do your visualization and all those things. So now, I've not started building the visual. I've not started doing anything. But you can see the data set is here already. Look at it here. US president. So now, if I want to see the data set, it's coming up. This is the data set. This is the data set. That is if I want to see the data set. This is it here. But now, you know that we did something. We cleaned it before we did anything. That's it. We cleaned our data set. My cleaning, can it be done on the visual tab? No. Because this tab is for just for visualization and maybe manipulating or tweaking your visuals. Those are the things you can do with this particular portion. So it is that Power Query that I said that we use in doing those transformations, those manipulations, in fact some analysis. We can use our Power Query. So now what I will do is that I will delete this again. So I'll start again. I've deleted from model. I will delete this. So what I want to do now is I want to start again. Let's come here, Excel workbook. This is it. No, data frame. This is it. So now, instead of loading it directly, you have to click on it. You have to click on it. So it's here. Instead of clicking on load, I will not load. I'll click on transform data. That is, transform data is telling Power BI that this person is not ready to come and visualize or do anything. He wants to transform, he wants to do some cleaning, he wants to do some manipulation, he wants to do some transformation on that data first. And the tool you'll be using for those transformation is Power Query. So when I click on transform data, this one is going to take me to Power Query immediately. So it's opening another tab, which is the Power Query. This is the Power Query software. So this is what I'll be explaining for us today. This is the Power Query software. Now, you see, this particular portion. You can have as many data sets as you want, but this particular portion is to show you all the data sets that you have. Because we have only one, that's why we have one here. US presidential, president's Excel. What's the name? I don't know. I've forgotten the name.
Sorry, can you zoom in so I can see properly, please?
This is the challenge you'll be having. You won't be able to zoom in. I'm coming. Let me see if I can do that with hold on. Is it very tiny?
Yeah, it's tiny unless I zoom the screen.
I don't know. I don't think we can zoom in for this. I just please. I think you just bear with us here. I'll just make it as explicit as possible. I don't really think we can zoom this. So I'm coming.
Hello.
Sir?
Hello. Yes. So this is was opened with Power Query, right?
Yes. This is the Power Query.
Quick
If you have any question, you can ask me.
add columns. Okay. Add column under add columns, right? So I'm stretching my eyes to really see.
There's no problem. You don't have to. The videos will be clear enough. I just need you to understand what I'm doing. You don't worry. I will point out what I'm doing. You don't worry about
Oh
that.
God, why is the network bad today?
So now, what I want to say now, I want to start explaining these things. Now, majorly,
Transforming. Okay.
who is that? Is someone still talking? Mr. Abdurafik,
Okay.
do you have a question?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. The network just shifted for a second, so I didn't quite hear what you said.
I don't think I'll be able to zoom this. So I will make it as
Oh,
explicit as possible. I'll make it as explicit as possible. So just bear with me. I'm sorry. That's just the software.
Please, are we meant to download the Power Query separately?
No, no, no. I already said it's embedded in your Power BI.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes. So even if you don't want to use Power BI, I told you it's also embedded in your Excel. So I will just show you where it is on your Excel. It's still going to be the same interface here. So now I want to show something.
I think someone wanted to enter. Prayer.
Okay. Can you help me accept the person? Or is not I'm not seeing any I think the person
Okay,
has
no
entered.
problem. No problem.
The person has entered already.
Okay.
So
It's okay.
okay.
I have to use another laptop. Oh. My other laptop is not showing me the link. It's showing me one WhatsApp meeting stuff.
No, no, no. Maybe you should use another laptop. So now I hope you can see all this. This is 819 already. So let's do something. So this is basically what you see, the user interface of our Power Query. So what do we do here? So this is the home button. I want to explain all this. So now this close and apply means maybe I'm done with what I'm doing here and I want to go back to my original Power BI tab. That Power BI tab, the main Power BI tab. When I'm done with what I'm doing here, I'll just click on close and apply and I'll go back. So now maybe I want to get something, new source. Maybe you want to get a new query or enter data. This is a manage parameters. As we are using all these things, you keep on getting what I'm trying to say. So maybe you want to refresh. You can refresh with this. Advanced editor, manage. If you want to remove columns, you want to choose columns, you want to keep rows or you want to remove rows, these are the things you want to do. Now, majorly, what we have here is why this is better. Why I think this is better is that you don't really do much of coding, much of the writing of formulas. You write some things here too. You write formulas too, but you write codes too, but majorly it's just majorly more of clicking, 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 clicking. So that's why I feel it is a kind of better and it is more efficient. So maybe you want to split your column. There are some days that okay you want to split the column. I think it's always very good with splitting. Split column, use first row as header, all these things they are there. Replace value, you know how to replace value. The one we did on Excel. That we did a replace value. This is it here. Replace value is here. If I want to merge and append queries, so if I want to merge queries together, if I want to merge two tables together, I can merge them together. Append is maybe I'm joining two tables. There's a difference between merging queries and appending queries. Merging queries means I'm trying to merge two tables together. Two tables.
Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm getting
I
you.
cannot see it. Probably I'm suggesting when you click, you mention what you're clicking because we can see. I can't see it.
Okay. Okay. So this is merge queries. Please hold on. I'm coming. Hello? Huh? Okay, okay. Sorry, I'm coming. I'm very sorry. I think there's lights. I want to put off the gen. Just give me a few seconds. Hello? I'm back. So let's continue. I will just bear with me. Don't worry. I will just this is merge queries. This is append queries. So merge queries is like Okay, you have a scenario where you want to join two tables across each other. When I say across, you need to understand that you need to understand the difference between merge and append. So let's assume I have a data set consisting of two columns, consisting of name, okay, first name and surname of all the students in my class. Your first name and the surname of all the students in my class. So now, I now want to join your age. If I want to join your age, and that age is on another table, that age is on another table. If I want to join it, I will join across each other. I will join across each other, that is side by side. Your first name, your last name, then your age will be beside it. I'm joining across. That is merge queries. So now, what if I want to, I'm not joining age. I have my first name, I have my last name. So what I want to join now is, that, okay, maybe for my last set of students, I want to join their own first name and last name again. I can't be joining it across. I will join from the bottom. So maybe I have your own, then theirs is going to be under your own. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that is append queries. It's like I'm joining from the top to the bottom. But merge queries is like I'm joining across. So that is the difference between merge queries. This is merge queries, and append queries. This is append queries. So there are some cases where,
Hello, Mr. Ahmed.
yes,
Please, can you come again? Because I think your network went.
okay, please, is she the only one having issues? Please, can you
Concerning
all
your
hear
merge
me?
query.
Can you all hear me? Apart from Mrs. Anoluapo, Mr. Bernard. I don't know what's happening today. This class.
I can hear you.
Okay, okay. So I will say something on merge queries again. So now look at it, merge queries and append queries. So merge queries is like
Okay, you can continue.
you are joining two things. Okay, let me see. Let me have this. Look at this column I selected. If I want to join this one now, column 5, it's like I'm joining it beside each other. Let's assume this table, these 5 and 6, they are separate data sets. 3 and 4, they are separate data sets. If I want to join them together, I'm joining them together across each other, that is side by side. But append queries mean I want to join them underneath each other. It's not going to be side by side. So this 5 and 6 now is going to be under 3 and 4. Hope you understand what I'm saying. So there are conditions where you want to merge queries, and there are conditions where you want to append. So we'll be talking about all those things too. So if you want to, this is the transform tab. If I click on transform tab, I have a whole lot of things again. A whole
Sorry, sir, please. Can you explain that merge? Sorry, sir.
Okay. Do you wait? I would. One thing is we have
Hello, sir.
situations.
Your network is
Sorry, sir. I
transformed
didn't
at
get.
all.
Please, are you having issues with my network? Please let me know. So maybe I will just.
Yes, yes.
Yes, it
Your
keeps
network
It's
is
breaking.
going
bad.
off and
Yeah,
Yes,
on.
it's
you're having
you're not.
issues
It
with
keeps
your network.
breaking.
You should have.
Yes.
It's going off and
You should have said that since now. Were you enduring with it? You're trying to endure. Please don't endure. Oh. Just let me know. So I would. I'm coming. Let me try and switch. Okay. Yes. I feel it should be better now. Is it better now?
Yes, I can hear you.
You can hear me very well now.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes,
Yes.
it's clear. It's clear.
Uh-huh. So please and please, next time if you're not hearing me, so that I will not be wasting my strength and I can actually find solution, you just quickly tell me. So I would know that okay, I have to fix something. I think it's the Airtel network, so I switched to MTN already. So one thing I was talking about merge and append queries. One thing is there are situations where we will merge and append queries. So you will see what I'm talking about. So now let's have a discussion. Let's assume that for my last cohort, Okay, this is my new course. You are my new course. For my last course, I had a data set consisting of I have a data that has two columns, their first name and their last name. So now if I want to add your own to it, will I add it by the side or I'll add it underneath? What will I do?
It will be underneath.
It will be underneath. Thank you. So for because I'm adding underneath, it's going to be that's append queries. That is append queries. So there are two different tables, but because they have the same column, first name and last name, I would what? Add it underneath. So now look at a situation where maybe I want to add age to everybody's name. I have another data that has the age of everybody and I want to join it together. What will I do in that case? I'm going to merge it together. It's not going to be underneath now. It's going to be by the side. So everybody's name will be corresponding to their age. Do you understand now?
Yes, we do.
Mr. Noluwapo?
Yes, we do.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so that is merge and append queries. So there are situations where you want to, and you know that if you want to append queries, then the rows, the columns have to be the same thing for the two tables you want to append. So that's another thing you need to note. So now majorly when you bring in your data, when you bring in the data to your okay, I'm still talking about transform. Sorry, let's talk about the data yet. So transform. This is a transform tab where I can do a lot of transformation to my data. I can do a lot. I can transpose this whole data set. I can reverse the rows, count rows. I can rename. I can fill. You can fill up and fill down. What is the meaning of fill up and fill down? Let's assume that. Let's assume that. Let me go back to my Excel. Look at this. This is 2. Then I have 3. I hope you can see my screen now. So then I have 4. I hope you can see my screen.
It could be better.
Yes.
It's just
Yes, you can see.
Yes.
okay now. It's
Yeah.
better. It's okay.
Okay, now look at something. Let's call this there's no need. So now look at what I want to do. There's various type of fill. So now look at this. If I fill down, I'm coming. Sorry. Let's try and select the whole thing. And I click on because of these empty spaces. I want to fill these empty spaces. So now what will happen if I fill down? If I fill down, look at what it did. It filled everything from the top to the bottom as the first one that we have. Everything now is stripped down. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. So if I fill up, it's going to assume the last letter, the last number, and fill it up. So those are the different types of fill. I don't worry, Wood, when we start doing things with practical, when we start practicalizing these things, you understand better. So I don't know. Don't worry, you understand. Now we can you see all these columns here, all these columns, I call them pivots because once you bring them to your, in Excel you create your pivot table and everything. Here, the table you are bringing in is already a pivot. You don't worry. It's not as comprehensive as the normal pivots you have on your Excel, but they've done it in such a way that you can call it. Let me just call it a mini pivot. So you can even pivot some things out of it and unpivot. If you bring in a pivot table, you can bring in a pivot table here. I can unpivot it. I will talk about that when we have something like that. We can format, that is when you want to lowercase a particular column. That is you want to change all the letters in that particular column to small letter. This is lowercase. You remember what we did when we were using Excel, where we used a function called upper. So this is that same thing. This is lower, this is upper, this is capitalize each word. Capitalize each word. Who remember the function we use in Excel to capitalize each word? We've forgotten. We used proper. We used proper. So,
No, proper is capitalized and small letter now.
yes, now. Okay, capitalize. No. Proper is to make to capitalize the first letter of that particular thing, right?
And the other is small letter. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
But capitalized is upper.
Yes, capitalize is upper. I'm coming. Let's try it. Hold on. Yes. So what it's doing here is still proper. Capitalize each word. Capitalize each word that we have here is serving as the proper we have in Excel. Because if you look at this now, what it will do is that it will capitalize the first letter that you have from the words that we have here. The first letter, you should capitalize the first letter. You remember that was what proper did for us. So that's the same thing. So we can actually extract too. We can extract things from a particular thing we have here. We can extract a lot of things. So we're talking about all those things too. I can extract the length, I can extract the first letter, I can extract, there are things that there are some data sets that, okay, look at something. Majorly, if you are working for, okay, like most of us working for our companies now, we have our working mail already, and they configured our mail in such a way that we have maybe the last name and the first name at yourcompany.com. So now people can even use that your mail to get your last name and your first name immediately. They can use it. So I can actually extract your last name and your first name from your mail. So it's something that instead of collecting your mail, instead of collecting your first name and your last name, I can just collect your mail and I'll start extracting your name from that. So it's something that we can do here too. I have 3 data sets I want us to work on, and those 3 data sets, if you can work on it, we have a lot of things to touch with that. So here we have date manipulations that we can do. We still have mathematical and statistical calculations that we can do with this. We have a lot of things that we can do. So this is now this is another tab. This tab has a lot of things on adding columns. There are different ways you can add column. There are sometimes, okay, look at when we wanted to add a new column in terms of age, where we added the age bracket. We added a new column called age bracket, but that age bracket was coming from something. It was coming from the age column we had in our data set. So now here, we don't need to start writing that if statement. No, we don't need to write it, because there's a new column. There's a way we can add our column that will tell our column that, okay, this column that I'm adding, I want to add it from the age column I had before. And you have to add it in such a way that if the age is less than 30, you call them young age. If the age is between 30 to a particular age, you call them middle age. If the age is, you don't need to write it. It's just clicking. So that's what we'll be doing. That's another thing we'll be doing. You can actually add column in terms of index. You can duplicate a column. You can customize your column the way you want it. So there are a lot of things we can do. So this is view. This view will show you a lot of things. So it can even show you coming. Now this is, look at what we have here. Now here I have column quality. It wants to show us the quality of our column. If I click on it, this column quality, it's showing us the quality of our column. Now the first thing I have here is valid, and I have 100%. So it's telling me that for all the values I have here, they are 100% valid. They are 100% valid. Please, in my I don't know, just bear with me. When we start doing the whole thing, it's very interesting. So this is 100% valid. The error is telling you that since it's 100% valid, I don't think it's going to have any error. So, but let's check. The error here, this is what we call error. The second one here is error, is 0%. And empty, because there's no empty cell. There are some cells that are empty. Because there's no empty cell, it is 0% too. And this is showing us the quality of our data. Now, can I even click on this column distribution? Column distribution. We have distinct and we have unique. So now that's another question I want us to answer. What is the difference between distinct and unique? Who can give me the difference between a distinct and a unique data? Anybody?
Is it English interpretation or data interpretation?
I think the both are the same thing. No? When we say something is unique and when we say something is distinct, what is the meaning of both? Unique and distinct.
They are similar. They are the same.
No, they are not the same.
Unique is special. Distinct is specialized.
So now let's assume let's look at something. Let's assume I'm selling biro. I'm selling biro, and I have don't let me use biro. Let's use I don't know what can we use. What can we use? What can we use? Okay, let's assume that everybody in this let's use everybody's nationality. We are all Nigerians. So I will not use that. Let's assume that I'm not in Nigeria. I'm from Canada. That's actually where I'm from. I don't know what happened, but I met myself in Nigeria. So let's assume that I'm from Canada. Don't let us assume I am from Canada. So and um because I am the only one in this class that is from Canada, it means I am unique. Because I am the only one, it means what? I am unique. Now, what is the meaning of distinct? Distinct means if they come to our class, how many countries can they find? They can find 2 countries, Nigerians and Canadians. So that is distinct. But unique means only me. So let's assume that we have 3 people from Ghana, we have 4 people from Cameroon. Then we have how many distinct values? We have Nigeria, we have Cameroon, we have Ghana, we have Canada. That is 4. 4 distinct values. But if they are talking about unique, they are asking you that which one of those your data set occurred once. So by the time you check which one occurred once, how many Nigerians we have? We have a lot of Nigerians. How many Ghanaians? We have more than 1 Ghanaian. How many Cameroonians? We have more than 1. So how many Canadians? I think I'm the only one that's from Canada. So they will say, okay, because I am the only one from Canada, then Canada is unique. Do you understand the difference between distinct and unique now?
So unique is only most likely once.
Yeah.
One person.
Just one is occurring once. Distinct is how many things can you see there?
How many
How many
goods?
countries are there? How many nationalities are in this class now? They don't want to know. Maybe you are occurring more than once. But how many nationalities? Is everybody in this class Nigerians? Is everybody in this class from Canada? Then if not, how many countries do I have in this class? How many nationalities can I say, okay, I have in this class? So that is what? That is distinct. So now, look at this data set. Look at our Excel. You remember our Excel now? Where we have, don't let me use this. Let me use our bike. Where we have this. Look at it. I have no, I have yes. So no and yes, they are what? They are the distinct values that I have here. So this particular tab always shows the distinct values. That is the values that are inside this particular thing that are not occurring. Sorry, that are not occurring twice. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Look at this. Let me use the region again. Europe is occurring more than once. North America is occurring more than once. Pacific is occurring more than once. But they are the distinct values. That is, I have Europe, North America, and Pacific. But let's assume that Pacific has only one value on this our data set. That on this data set, we have only one Pacific. Then I will say Pacific is unique. So there are some cases where a particular data. Now let's go back to using myself. Let's assume, we are not assuming, sorry. I am the only Canadian in this class. It means I am distinct and I am unique. Do you understand? I am distinct and I am unique. So that's the difference between distinct and unique. So now, underneath this place, here they have 45 distinct and 42 unique. 45 distinct values and 42 unique values. It's telling me that I have 45 different names here. 45 different names, but 42 of them are appearing once. 42 of them are appearing only once. That is what that thing is telling me. So here I have 46 distinct names. Then here I have 44 unique. That is 44 different names, but 44 of them, 46 different names, but 44 of them are appearing only once in this our data set. Are appearing once in this our data set. So that is the meaning between distinct. So data distribution will show us more about our distinct and unique value. Data profile. Now, because I'm clicking on this particular cell now, it's showing me more about this particular thing. It's showing me the count, the error, the empty spaces I have in this particular column because I selected this column. If I select this one, it's going to show for this one too. If I select for this one, it's going to show for this one. And I have a lot of things. This is telling me the number of distinct values I have. This is telling me the number of unique values that I have. This is showing me the maximum and the minimum because these are not numbers. If they are numbers, the minimum and maximum, it would have shown me okay better value. Let me use this. Sorry, this is not. Why you can't use distribution for this one? I'm sorry. Okay, don't worry. I will sort that out. I will sort it out. So it's not showing for this one. So now this is what data profile will show us. I don't really deal with it. Let's leave it like this. Now let's come back home. Let's come back home. You might be thinking, is this not so much for me to have? Is this not? I've not talked about this particular tab. What we have here. What we have here is what will show you anything I'm doing. If I'm doing anything here, it will be recorded here. So let's say I want to delete a column. Now I want to delete a column now. Let's say I want to delete this column. I've clicked on that column. Now I want to delete it. Look at remove column. I'll click on remove column. Because I've removed the column, it came here and it recorded that I have removed column. So all the steps you are taking is recording it. So now if I want to return the column, I don't want to remove it again. I want to return it. I'll just come here and cancel that one. Now I removed column, I'll cancel it. If I cancel it, it's going to return it back. The column I deleted is going to return it back. So now, why is it recording? Why is it like this? Is it good? Yes. Let's assume that this thing that we are doing now, they will bring this type of data set for us again next week. That we should do it again. But because I have it recorded, I will just refresh. Once I bring the new data, I will bring it inside this space and I will refresh. So now all these recorded steps that I've done before, because I've done it last week and I've recorded it, I've recorded all these things. It will automatically do the same thing for the new one. If it is the same data, don't forget, it has to be the same format. But if it's another data, you have to do another thing entirely. So you need to understand that. So another thing is majorly, when you bring your data set inside this particular space, you see, if you look at the first column that I have here, they are the original headers. That is the president, the prior, and those headers, they are the ones that are supposed to be here. They are the ones that are supposed to be here. But I don't know what happened. They are here. They are here. Salary that is supposed to be an header is supposed to be here, but they are now forming the first row, which is not what we should have. But what do we do in this case? There is an icon that says use first row as header. That is the first row here. We want to use it as our header. So I will just come here, use first row as header, and I'll click on it. Once I click on it, it has now deleted all those column 1, column 2 that we have before. It has used the first row as our header. Can you see president is now the header, prior is now the header, party is now the header, vice is the header. So that's what we do. Salary is now the header. So now, there are a lot of things I want to do. A lot. Another thing I want to do is that I want to remove duplicate. Don't forget, those are the things. We've done this cleaning before, but we did it on Excel. So now I want to do this cleaning now on Power Query. That is what I want to do on Power Query. So now I want to remove duplicate. If I just come here, look at what I did. I came here, just click on this, and you will see remove duplicate. Just click on remove duplicate, and it has done that. It has removed the duplicate that we have there. It has removed the duplicate. Now, one thing is this column. If you remember, we deleted this column because this column is not needed. This column one, it doesn't even see anything. It's not needed. So look at this. This is where I can select my column. So if I click on this column and I right click, if I right click, I will see remove column. Remove. Have you seen it? Remove. Remove column. So if I want to remove it, I will just remove. If I don't want to use it here, I can decide to look at remove column. I can decide to do this. Remove. It has removed it. If you notice that I'm doing it, it is actually what? It's actually recording it here. So the next thing I want to do is that, okay, this is okay. This is okay. Then the next thing, if you look at this, our president, they are not proper English. Look at this now. James Monroe is actually capital letter all through. Some are small letter all through. So we have to make it what? A proper word. Everything has to be proper. So I'll click on this particular word, column. And I'll come to what? I'll come to where I have transform. I'll click on format and I'll click on capitalize each word. Once I do that, it has actually done that proper function that we use in the video. It has what? It has capitalized each word. Not like it has capitalized the first letter, the normal proper function. If I want to make everything capital letter, look at it. Everything is capital letter now. Everything is capital letter. But that is not what I want. I want to capitalize the first letter of each word. So look at this. This is okay. The first letter of each word. This is okay. Now, there are a lot of, if you right click on any of the columns, there are a lot of things you can do. You can remove. Now, look at it. I see I have removed other columns. That is, apart from this column that I selected, all other columns that I have, I want you to remove them. So apart from an option of removing this column, I have another option of maybe I want to keep a particular column and I want to delete others. I can just select those columns I want to keep and I'll tell Power Query delete others. So that's another function. I can duplicate this column. What is the meaning of duplicate column? That is, if I duplicate it, it's going to appear twice. So that president is here again. That same president that we have before. I've duplicated, like I'm copying it. Let me delete it. You don't want that. I've deleted it. So we have a lot of things. I can change type. Change type. That is, there are some cases where what you have there is going to be in decimal and you don't want it in decimal. You want to do in whole number. You might put it in percentage. You might want to put it in maybe in get format or something. This is where we can change our type. So it's already in text because what we have here is what they are text. So if you come to change type, it's already in text. That is why I'm not changing it. So I think we didn't do anything to this prior. We left it like that. Now for party, don't forget for party. Remember we have democratic, and there was a place we had democratic. There was the place we had democratic. There was a place we have democratic. We have weak, and we changed this one to weak. We had Republican, we had Republicans, and we changed everything to what Republicans. So that's another thing. That find and replace that we used in our Excel. How can we do that here too? Find and replace. So what do I want to do? I want to replace values. I want to replace values. So I'll come here, replace values, replace values. So what do you want to replace? I want to replace democratic. Democratic. So I didn't do that. I want to replace it with what? Democratic. I want to replace democratic and I want to replace it with democratic. So, and I click on match entire cell content. Why am I doing that? Because I want it to look for places where you have democratic, like in context, and I want it to replace it with democratic. So now, if I open this, I don't have democratic again. What I have now is what? Democratic. What I have now is democratic. Um, so what again are we changing? I want to change Republican. I want to change Republican to Republican. Okay. So can you see I'm already doing my cleaning on Power Query now? So I'll still come here. I'll click on replace value. I want to change Republican. I want to change it to Republican. And I click on it. Yes. I think that has worked. So I've changed Republican to Republican. What again do we have? Then we have this week. This week, 19 April 4. It's not supposed to be like that. Now, why this is good is that I can just right click. Look at it here. This is it here. That long thing. Just right click on it and click on replace value. Instead of copying the whole thing, just right click on it. It has actually selected it, and I want to replace it with what? I want to replace it with what? Week. I want to replace it with what? Week. And I click on it. It has actually what? Replaced it. So this has what? This has what? This has what? So now, another thing, our vice. That was where we used train because of the spaces that we do. So where can we find train? Look at it. Look at train.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
I want to ask a question. This the democratic that you changed there, can you also right click the same way you did that way? Can you also right click that and replace
Yes.
the way you did it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You can right click and do it that way. You can right click and do it that way. So now look at this vice. I want to trim it because I have spaces. There's a space before Aaron, then there are spaces. The spaces are not aligned at all. They are not consistent. So I'll just come here and I'll click on trim. Sorry. Let me delete it. And I want to delete it. I'll just come here. I'll click on that particular column. Come to this and I'll click on trim. Once I click on trim, it has trimmed it. Now, if you notice something, if you wanted to do this on Excel, we have to write the code and do other things. But here, you just look for trim, you click on the column, and to actually do it. So now, this is salary. Salary should be, let's go to change type. Yes, it's okay. It's actually whole number, because our salary should be in whole number. So this is our salary. Look at our dates, everything is aligned. If you notice, there was some type of dates that were wrongly formatted on our Excel here. But immediately it got to Power BI already corrected that thing. It already corrected it. So everything is aligned here already. So now this is
sorry for the salary. For the salary, why are we not having comma as in that 1,000? If you want to put comma, how do we put it?
Now that's something that you can put when you get to your Power BI. That is when you finish doing all this and you want to go back. You can do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? This now, you want to say 5,000. That's what you want, right?
Yes.
Yes. So by the time we finish doing all our cleaning and you load it to the original Power BI, you can do that. That is simple. Do you understand?
So Power BI is actually sweeter in cleaning than Excel.
Exactly. Now, I don't know. It depends on you as a person. Some people prefer writing the code and doing other things. Some people might prefer the clicking and the clicking and the clicking. Do you understand? It depends on what you want. So I know by the end of Power BI, a lot of people will love Power BI. A lot of
I
people
think
will.
with cleaning, Power BI is better.
In fact, the whole thing say Power BI.
No wonder none of your projects is done with Excel. All the projects I've been seeing that.
Okay. I don't really fancy Excel like that. I just come back to it. But there are some things that you need to know on Excel. Excel is like the foundation. So there are still some things that you need to use Excel for. There are still some things you need to use Excel. And don't forget, this same Power Query that we have here is still on Excel too. Like I said it, this same thing here is on Excel. So what we are still doing here too is still Excel. Just that this is the default software for Power BI. So now I'm done. And because I'm done, what will I do? Look at this close and apply. I can close and apply. Close and apply means close what we have done and apply it. Apply it. That is the changes I've made. Make sure it is there. And let's go back to our original Power BI. Settled. Now there is apply. Apply means don't go to Power BI yet, but apply what I've done. Do you understand? And there is close. Close means go back to Power BI, but everything I've done, don't apply it. It's just the normal thing. But what we do is to close and apply. Let's go to Power BI. So it has brought us back to Power BI. Now, if you look at it now, this is where I said we have our visuals. If you want to start visualizing and doing all those things, this is what we have. But look at the second one. This second space is where you see those things, that data that we just did. It is here now. It is here. Now, he said he wanted to see this salary to have comma. Can you see the comma now? Now the comma is showing. I don't know if you can see it. I've already implemented the comma now, and the comma is showing already. So what you wanted. So now these are the things that we applied, and it's there already. Now this is a modeling tab. The modeling tab will show you your data. This is data that we got, and these are what? These are all the columns in that data. We'll be talking about modeling in our next class. Modeling is another class entirely. So your Power BI, you need to know how to model, especially when you are dealing with projects that involves you using more than one table. Because like if you're having one table, there are a lot of projects. In fact, majority of the projects you will use more than one table, and you have to connect those tables. You have to connect them together, and there's a way you must connect them. So that connection, the connecting of those tables is what we call modeling. I hope you get what I'm saying. So now, like you just connect them anyhow. This is our data tab, and this is where we want to visualize. We are not visualizing yet. So let's do it. Now I want to show you something. Remember that our bike data set that we did on Excel, that our project. We are going to replicate it again on Power BI. I mean, I've done my own, so we'll do it again. I'll teach you how to do it. Then you go and do your own again. We do it again on Power BI. Now you see the way it is now on Power BI. When I finish doing it, I'm already opening it, so you see what's on there. You see,
Mr. Ahmed,
yeah.
well done, sir.
Oh,
This one you are uploading now, is it still on that same page of the one we just did now?
yeah, it's going to open another instance. It's going to open another thing entirely. Now this is that same bike report that we did. Do you remember it? That bike report that we did last week.
Is it only me? The
Yes.
network is not working very well again.
It's
It's
not working
only you.
very. People are seeing the report already. Oh. Can you see this is more presentable?
Yes, so
I know a lot of people will prefer Power BI now.
I don't understand though. Please, I'm confused.
No, I'm just showing you something. We've not done anything yet. We've not done this. We are going to do
You
this.
uploaded and the thing just gave us this.
No, this is something I've done before, so I'm just opening it for you
Sorry,
to
I
see.
can't hear you.
Okay.
This is something I've done before, so I'm just opening it for you to see.
Oh, okay.
It's dragging.
Maybe it's your network. Maybe you should try and
It's your
reconnect.
network, sir. Can't
Try and
hear you.
reconnect. Maybe you leave and come back. So that same bike data set that we did. Look at it here now. More reformed, more sweet, more presentable. Can you see from here now? You can see the total number of participants. And I said something that day. Look at these are my slicers. These are my slicers. These are my slicers, right? Now, apart from these slicers, the chart itself is a slicer. That is, look at management. I have management here. If I click on management, I've clicked on management now. I clicked on this thing. If I click on it, can you see the chart has changed? Now the total number of participants is not 1,000 again. It's now 173. Because I clicked on management, it's telling me that the total number of participants I have here now is for management. Total number of males, that is 95 people and 95 males and 78 females in management. Everything that is now displaying here is for management because I clicked on what? Management. If I click and click on professional, so everything here that I'll be clicking on is going to be for what? Professional. This is their average income, number of those that didn't buy bike, number of those that bought bike, their percentages. And then this is okay for professional, those that have bachelor degree, partial college, high school. Now this is more presentable. This is the trend of their commute distances. This is their number of cars for professional because I clicked on professional. And I still have my slicers here. In case I want to use original slicers, I can still do that. I can click on old age. It's still going to do the same thing. So this is more interactive than Excel. Excel, you can't click on the chart. The chart is not a slicer. You have to create the slicer yourself. But here you can still create the slicer, and the chart itself is what? The chart itself is what? A slicer. So let's go back to our original one. So that is why I'm just trying my possible best to explain the whole thing so that by the time we get to this particular portion, we won't be confused. So let's go back to what we were doing before. Now, this was what we were doing before. Now, I want to do something. That's our Excel data set. You know, before we did our visualization and started our analysis, we did some cleaning, right? Yeah, and we did some transformation where we did some cleaning, we removed duplicates, the age that we had there, we changed it to old age, young age, middle age, we did those things for our project. I want to bring in that data set again. I want to do that same thing for on Power Query. So that is what I want to do again. So what will I do? I'll come to get data, Excel workbook. So this is it. Now because that Excel sheet has, look at it, bike bias. Look at it. This is it. This is it. So will I load or transform? I'll have to transform it because I still want to do some things. I'll have to transform. I'm not going to click on load yet. So I've clicked on transform. It will take me to the Power Query tab where we start our transformation. I hope you guys are enjoying this class.
Yes,
Yes.
we are.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay. So now, the first thing I want to do is that I want to remove duplicates. I've removed duplicates. That's the first thing I did. I've removed duplicates. Thank God, our headers are intact. They are there. No problem. So don't forget, my status. The M has to be what? The M has to be what? Married, and the S has to be what? Single. So like what? I don't know who asked that question. I can just right click on this M, click on replace value. The M now will be changed to what? Married. Married. Now it has worked. Can you see the whole M has changed to married? So I can still come to where I have S, right click, replace values. So my S now is now going to be what? Single. Single. Yeah, that's worked. The gender, I can right click, replace values. F now will be what? Female. Female. Match entire cell contents. And the M here is going to be what? Male. This is faster, right?
Yes,
Yes.
it's just going line by
Yes.
line instead of that one that you're trying to find
Mm.
in Excel.
So I think the income is okay. Nothing is happening to the income. You can load all this. Nothing is happening to the income. So now the number of children, I think that is okay. Education is okay. The occupation is okay. Owner, yeah, that is okay. Yes or no. The number of cars, I have this. Commit distance is okay. We didn't do anything to that. Then we did something about our age, right? We added a new column. Abi? Now look at what I will do. I'll come to add column. Add column because we want to add a new column. Now the type of column I want to add, because that age bracket column that I want to add is depending on this age. And it's a conditional column, don't forget. So I'll click on conditional column. Conditional column. Now it has brought out this operator for us. This operator. Now, don't forget, our age is started from,
So why did you call it a conditional column?
because
What?
the age bracket is based on condition, right? The age bracket is based on the condition of the ages that we have.
Yes.
Okay.
That is why I clicked on what? Conditional column. I still have instances where we'll be using different types of column. There are instances where we'll be using custom column. Do you understand? But if you have a column that you want to input or you want to add a column that it is based on a condition, that if this particular thing, there are some columns that you want to add, that you want to say, okay, let's assume for this education now, I want to say if the person has a bachelor degree or a graduate degree, put senior. But anything apart from bachelor degree or graduate degree, put non-senior or put junior. Is that not a conditional column?
Yeah, it is.
Uh-huh. So now I want to add a conditional column based on what? Our age. So conditional column. What is the name of that column? That is what you have here. The name of the column is age bracket. That's what I'm writing here. Age bracket. So now I think the lowest age there is what? I think it's 12 or something. Who can remind us? Let's assume it is 18. And we said, look at it now. This is if, the if statement. What I have here is if. Column name, operator, value, output. That is what we have here. Now, if what? If look at what we have here. We have all the columns that we have here. If our age, that our age column, if our age, then operator is saying equals to, we don't want equals to. If it is less than 31, if it is less than what? The operator I'm using is less than 31, that is 30 downward. What do you want to write? I want to write young age. Young age. I'm done with that. Because I want another one, I will add clause. That is the meaning of this. Add clause. Another one will come. If that age now is less than again, it's less than what? What did we use? I think we use 60. It's less than 61. Let's use 61. So 60 downward. We use what?
Age.
Middle age. Just write the middle age there. Middle age. Now, what's going to be the last one? We already done less than 31. We've done less than 61. Else, you just come here and write that old age because that's the last condition. Old age. Now, if you notice something, I started with a sequence. I started from the list. Started from 31 to 61, then the last one. Now, if you want to start from the highest, so it's not like you now start from the highest, then you go back to the lowest. Maybe you start from 31 here, then you come back here, you say 80. Then the next one you come and say 61. No. You have to start with a sequence. If you are starting from the lowest one, you start from the lowest one. So when I say old age, once I say old age, and I'll click on what? Okay. Once I click on OK, can you see the age bracket column? Our age bracket column is now there, and we have everything there. Old
Wow,
age,
this one
old
is
age, middle age, everything is there. Everything is there.
This
So
is better than
someone wants to say this is better than like that. I
so
remember my
you don't
last.
have to start writing the long this thing.
No, no, you don't have to start writing the whole thing. I remember in my last course, someone said, "Why did I even teach them again? Why can't I just start with Power BI?" But it's not going to work like that. You need to understand Excel. In fact, majority of companies in Nigeria are still using Excel. Majority of those companies are still using Excel. So now let's continue. So this is, and don't forget,
Sorry, I think Mr. Ahmed, you have not claimed something from that what's it
thank
called?
you,
T-Start.
thank you, sir.
Yes,
That 10 plus miles.
exactly above something.
Yes, look at it here. So what will I do? Right click, replace value, and I'll come to what? I'll just come here and I'll say more than 10 miles. More than 10 miles. And I'll click on OK. So more than 10 miles is here already. So I think you see this is okay. You just be doing your clicking. You will still write code though. There are some conditions that will make you want to write code. But those conditions are always is rare. You have a lot of clicking to do here. It's still kind of sweet. What you just need to do is to look for those places where you find those clicking and just click on them. So I've done the second one. Any question before I go to the third one? I want to bring in another data set again.
sure, Mr. Ahmed. If
Yes,
this query is in Excel, does it mean that we can just comfortably be using the query on in Excel without going to the writing all those formulas and all?
yes, yes. So you can just do whatever you want to do on Excel immediately.
So how do we find it in Excel?
Okay, a very good question. So now let's go back to our Excel. This is it on our Excel, right? This is it. So let me delete this tab. So now let's assume assume this place is empty. This is not it. So assume this one is empty. So I'll come to data. This is it. Can you see get data? That same get data that is inside Power BI. Get data. Have you seen it? From file. From file. So I'll click on what? From Excel workbook. From Excel workbook. So I've clicked on from Excel workbook. It's trying to open my. So I'll go to I think I have it on my downloads, and this is it. And I'll click on import. Once I click on import, it's connecting. Have you seen it? This is it. Just click on it and click on transform. Once you click on transform, yeah, you have it here. Can you see? Can you see the same thing? And once you are done, you close and apply. So if I close and apply it now, look at the way it's going to come out. Now this is it. Once I'm done, I've not done any cleaning. But let's assume I've done the cleaning. It's going to come out like this on my Excel. This is our normal Excel workbook. So have I answered your question?
Yes, you have. Well done.
So now let's continue. So we have I said I want to bring in another one. I'm done with this. So I'll come to close and apply. I'm done with that. I want to bring in as many data sets as possible, so we'll be able to use as many buttons as possible. I want to go and bring in another one again. Excel workbook. I think. Okay. Now, look at what I want to bring in. I want to bring in, look at this, my Power Query. Look at this folder, this Power Query folder. I want to bring in all these things, all these ones. The 3 data sets. I want to bring everything together at once. That is everything inside this folder. And if you look at this, let me open it up. Let me open this. Let me open the. I want to ask you a question. Look at it. Retailer contact, retailer ID, order date, payment date. But I have Costco here. Costco. Now let me go and open the second one. Because I have Costco here. Here I have Target. It's still the same thing. Retailer now, but because I have retailer Target, here I have Target. Still the same header. So will I append or merge?
We append.
Append.
Thank you very much. So we append. Do you understand now? Can you say a case where you append? There are cases where you will what? Merge. But in this case, if you go and merge, then you are doing something wrong. So now, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to do something. I want to bring in that folder. That folder. What's happening? I want to bring in that folder. So I'll come to get data. Now I'm not bringing in Excel file again. Come to more. I'm not bringing in Excel file again. I want to bring in a folder. So I'll come to folder. Don't forget, those 4 Excel files are inside the folder. So I'll click on connect. So click on browse. So by the time you click on browse, it's going to open up this. So where do I have it? I think I have it under document. Where do I have it? Oh, BI. Yeah, this is it. Now, can you see? These are the 4 files. Costco, Target, Walgreens, Walmart. Have you seen it? These are the 4. Now, can you see? Combine. That is, do I want to combine the 4? Do I want to do that? Yes, that is what I want to do.
No.
Yes, I want to combine it. The combine that they mean here, it means append.
Oh.
Do you understand? Do you
Sorry,
understand?
sorry. These files. Where did you this Power BI, right? And these
Yes.
files were gotten from where? Again, sorry. Is it from Excel?
No. Not like I brought it from Excel. It's already on my file manager.
Okay,
Look at
okay,
it here.
okay.
I
All
have
right.
the folder here already.
Okay,
Or
okay,
is it an Excel file?
Yes, everything here is an Excel file.
okay. So you now move this to.
I just took that folder. I went to open the folder. Let me open the folder here again.
Okay.
Come here.
That.
Click on more. More.
Mm-hmm.
Then you click on more. Then you see,
Yeah.
because I want to bring in a folder, I'm not bringing one Excel sheet. Forget about what
Okay.
is inside that folder. What are you bringing in? You are bringing in what? A folder. So I'll click on what? Folder. And I click on what? Connect.
Okay, if you want one or as in 2 or more data, you should create a separate folder for it.
You can, no. It's not compulsory to create a
Can you
separate.
do that?
You can do that if you want to do that. But there are some cases where you don't want to. You want to bring
Mix
them.
it up. Okay, so you
You
bring
don't
it
want to bring them
together.
together. You want to bring them individually. So now I'll click on browse and I'll go and look for it. Documents, IJAN, Power BI, Power BI, okay, yeah. This is it. And I'll click on OK. Now, these four,
Sorry, please, can
because,
I quickly ask a
okay,
question?
I'm listening.
Please, can you please explain the append again and the merge?
Okay, no
I'm
problem. Don't
not.
worry, don't worry, don't worry. You will get it now. We are going there. So now, there are cases where you don't want to combine them. Because you don't want to combine them, there are cases where you don't want to combine them. They are different data. But because we want to combine them, that is the reason why I'm clicking on combine. There are cases where maybe your client wants you to analyze those data separately. In that case, you are not combining. So in this case, we want to combine. So this combine now has two options. I can either combine and transform and combine and load. Combine and load means I'm bringing it to my Power BI immediately. Combine and transform means we are taking it back to what? Power Query. Let's combine and take it to Power Query. Sorry, someone's let's okay, thank you. So let's go back. Yeah, this is it. Click on OK. What's happening now? Okay, I think it has opened. This is it. So if you notice, now this was not there before, but this is just telling us that, the first one is retailer Costco. So it's telling me that all this data is from retailer Costco. Immediately go to retailers target. This is from retailers target. Then I have retailers Walgreens. Then I have what? Retailers what? Walmart. I hope you get what he did here. That is from the source. He created a new column itself to tell you that this is from
Okay.
here now. This is the first file that we had, which was, look at it, retailers Costco. This file. So he created a column that will show us all the rows that are from this particular file. So immediately after he did for this, he did for retailer target. After retailer target, he did for what? Retailer Walgreens. After retailer Walgreens, he did for what? Retailer Walmart. So what we'll do, if you look at it, retailer was Costco. After retailer Costco, he did for what? Retailer Target. After retailer Target, he did for what? Retailer Walgreens. After retailer Walgreens, he did for retailer Walmart. So that was what he did. He did this itself. So now here we have what? Four distinct values and zero unique. Why do we have four distinct values and zero unique? Someone should answer us. We have four distinct values and zero unique values.
There isn't anyone who has just one figure.
Thank you.
Like the retailer,
Like, thank you very much. You got it. So now, amidst all of them, the four of them, none is occurring once. Everything is occurring multiple times. So there is no unique value. But we have four distinct values. So that is the difference. Now, I don't need this particular column. This column is not needed for me. I've already combined them. I've combined them. So I don't need it. So what will I do? Let's remove it. So I'll right click and I'll click on remove. That's the first thing I want to do. So now, that is the first thing I did. So the second thing I did, I want to do now. Okay, this is showing me the retailer. That is where the bought is from. Is it from Costco, Target, Walgreens, Walmart? That is okay. That is actually in our data set normally, which is okay. Now this will even tell me, this will show me where the bought is from. Now, nothing wrong with this. This is okay. Let's come to contact. That is the person that attended to them. So it's not showing me the name of the person and it's showing me the place where the person is from. Anna Costco. So let's see. I have Anna Costco, I have Elaine Walmart, I have Maria Walgreens, I have Stuart Target. I don't want to have all this. I want to have Anna. I already know Anna is from Costco. So I don't need to be saying Anna Kinikon. No. Let me have only Anna. I already know Anna is from what? Costco. If I want to have Stuart, Stuart is from Target. I already know it's from Target. So I want to remove it. And what we have here, This Anna. After Anna, there is a space, there is a dash, and there is Costco. So what do I want to do from this? I want to extract something from it. So what will I do? I'll come to transform. I'll click on extract. Extract. So I will say extract what? I want to extract a text that is before a delimiter. What is the meaning of a delimiter? A delimiter can be anything. It can be space. What do I want to extract from this column? I want to extract this Anna from the whole thing here. Now, what is that thing that will separate Anna from others? It's that space that is between Anna and that dash. There's a space here. So that space is my delimiter. So I'll click on, look at something. Before I will do that, let me do something first. Now look at this. Let me right click and click on split column. Look at it, split column, and I'll click on by delimiter. Split column by delimiter. Okay, don't let me do split column. There's a place where we'll use split column. We use split column here. So I wanted to, I don't know there's a space where we use split column. So now I want to extract Anna. Only Anna. That is the first word that I have here. The first word, Maria. Those are the names I want to extract. So I click on extract. Text before delimiter. So what is the delimiter that is separating Anna from others? Someone should tell me, what is that delimiter that is separating Anna from other things?
Is that space?
Hyphen. You know hyphen or space.
Before that hyphen, I know you can see the hyphen, but there's a space. After Anna, there's a space. Since there is a space, that it means that space is the delimiter. So I'll just click on space because that is what the delimiter. I'll just click on space and I'll click on what? Okay. Once I do that, can you see? The only thing I have here is now what? Anna, Stuart, Maria, Ellen. Do you understand what I just did?
No, please, I didn't get it.
Can
Please,
you
can
repeat
come again.
it?
Okay. Look at what I have. Anna Costco. I want to remove this Costco. And what's starting this thing that I want to remove? There's a space here. There's a space here. I need you to understand that there's a space here. So I'll come to extract. Text before delimiter. Let's assume that it is this Costco I want to extract. It's going to be what? Text after delimiter. But because I want to what? I want to extract Anna. I'll click on text before delimiter. What is that thing that is separating Anna from other things? What is that thing that is separating Anna from other things in that particular context? What is that thing that is separating Anna? There's a space here, don't forget. It is that space, right? It is that space. So I'll click on that space. I'll click on space. If you notice, there's now a space here. There's a space here. And I'll click on OK. So once I click on OK, it has removed all other things from that space that was there. And it has what? Extracted only what? Anna. So that is it. And it didn't do for only Anna, it did for everything in that column. So where we have Stuart, where we have Maria, where we have Allen. So now, is there another way I can do this? Yes. There's another way I can do this. So how am I going to do it? Let me remove it. I'll come to add column. I want to add another column. So now the type of column I want to add is not a conditional column. It's called a custom column. Custom column. Now, what does custom column do? No, it's not custom column, sorry. Sorry, column from example. Column from example. This is column from example. Column from example. So now, what will column from example do? This is the column that we just created. What will it do? I will now do it in such a way that I will tell the column what I want to do. The column will now be, it has to be intelligent because what you want to do is add a sequence. What you want to do as a sequence is like I want to extract only the first thing only the first word here. Anna. So look at what it will do. I'll come here, I'll write that Anna. I'll click on enter. If you look at it now, it has highlighted Anna all through because it's actually because I said, okay, from this one, extract Anna. Automatically, it's brilliant enough to know that, okay, from this one too, I will extract Anna. Because I say I have others too. Can you see? It was intelligent enough to know that, okay, this person is what? Extracting only the first word. Only the first word. Because what it did for me is actually okay for me. I'll click on okay. Can you see what it has done? Anna, Stuart, Maria, Allen. So that is what column from example will do for you. Then what will I do? I can now take this. I can change the header to contact person. That is if I want to do that. That is if I want to use this method. Contact person. So contact person. Then I can come here and delete this one. This one that was there before. I will delete it. So I have this here. You can decide to move it. I think it's around this side. Yeah. So this
That's if we don't want to use the first method, you
if
should,
you
right?
don't want to use the first method, you can decide to use another method. My own is just for you
First
to
one
get
is
the work
simple.
done.
Okay.
So now I'm going to remove everything I've done. So me, I love using extract. Extract is okay for me. Extracted before delimiter, then I'll write Anna. Sorry, what's the delimiter? The delimiter is space. Okay, that's okay for me. So whatever you like. What happened? Sorry, edit again. Extract, text before delimiter. Delimiter is space. Okay. Oh, what's happening now? This thing that works. These are some of the frustration you face. So let's do it again. Ah, oh, oh, you want me to go and use that other method now? Thank God I've even shown you guys how to use it. Oh, so I'll come here. I'll have to split column now. Sorry, I have to add column. Okay, I can another method again. Another method. I can decide to split the column. Split by delimiter. So what is the delimiter I want to use? Space. So anywhere you see space, you split it. And I click on OK. So can you see? It has splitted it. And
Okay, and now delete the extra column.
now delete this one. Right click and delete. So anything that will just make it work. Please, you face a lot of frustration though. This software is they will frustrate. Sometimes you just have to restart your system and so it will start working normally. Most especially when you know that you are doing the correct thing. Now, one thing about dates, you need to always check that your date format. Come to change type and make sure it is a date. This one is a date. There are some cases where it will not be a date, or it might be on that text. So you need to make sure that it is what? It is a date. So this is okay. This is okay too. Now there's something. There's something again. This is the day the person ordered, and this is the day. This is the date the person made payment. You know you can make order now and you won't make payment, and this is the date the person made payment. Look at what I want to do here. I want to get a new column that will show me the number of days the person used between the day he ordered and the day he paid. Do you understand what I just said? Like let's say you ordered on Tuesday and you made payment on Wednesday. So it means there is only 1 day difference. So I want to get a column that will show me the difference between what the 2 days. So what will I do? Because both of them they are already in what a date format. I will highlight the two columns. The two columns. So I've selected this. Click on Control and select this one too. I selected it too. Then I'll come to add column. It's under add column because I want to add another column. You come to dates and you see subtract days. That is, I want to get what? The difference in days. Okay, now this one is giving me my answer in negative. My answer in negative. I'm coming. Hold on. So let me delete this. I think I have to select the payment date first. The payment date, then the order date, then yeah. So you have to select the higher one first. The payment date is the higher one because the payment date must be higher than the order date. So you select the payment date first, then before you select the order date. And I've been able to get this. So these are the days. So you can just edit. I'll just say date difference, date difference, date difference. That's what I'll call that. So there are cases where you might, maybe your client needs that, or you might want to use that in your analysis. So you might need the date difference. Now, look at this. I have region and I have two dash, region dash dash state. So why is it like this? Why can't I have the region, then another column that will give me state? So instead of having all this, I'll have Northeast New York, I'll have South Texas, and I'll have West California. And I'll have the region separate, the state separate. So what will I do in this case? I'll right click and I'll split it. What am I splitting by? I'm splitting by delimiter. Now, what is the delimiter I want to split with? We will now come here and write it. Because the delimiter I want to split with, if I come here, I have a lot of delimiters. Some delimiters might be colon, some might be comma, some might be equal sign, some might be semicolon, some might be space, some might be tab. But because what I have is 2 dash, what I have there is 2 dash. You might not see it, but me, I'm telling you, that is what is there, 2 dash. I'll click on custom and I'll come here and I'll put the 2 dash. Now I have 2 dash here and I'll click on what? Okay. Now it has separated it. So the first one is the region and the second one now is what? The state. So I can now edit the header. So this one can be region. Let's see this one as region. Region. And this one, let's see it as state. State. Now can you see how good this is? So now I have the region, I have the state. Then another thing is beverage brand. I don't think anything is wrong with this. These are all okay. Coca-Cola, Dasani water, Diet Coke, Fanta, Powerade, Sprite. This is okay. Now we are coming. I think we can delete this now. This is out. We don't want this. Now I think this is I have price per unit and I have the unit sold. Price per unit means the amount they are selling one. The unit sold means the quantity. If I want to get the total sales, that is the sales revenue that was made, what will I do?
That's price per unit times unit sold.
Thank you. Price per unit times unit sold. Then that means I have to add another column. So I'll come here, I'll click on add column. Then I'll go to here, I'll now come to custom column. In this case, now I'm not using conditional. I already know where I can use conditional. Column from example. I already taught you how to use column from example. Custom column now. Custom column. So now bring out this tab for you. What do you want to do? What do you want to call the name of the column? I want to call it what?
Sales revenue.
Sales revenue. What do you want to do? It has already started. Equals what? These are all the headers. That is all these headers. These are all the headers of our what? Of our data. What do I want to do? This unit, price per unit. Look at it here. Once you click on it, it will come here. Times unit sold. Can you see? Price per unit times what? Unit sold. And I'll click on what? Okay. So it has done that.
Sit on its own.
Yes, you don't need to start writing any. It has done that for us. So by the time you do 0.4 times 7,750, you have 3,100.
Sorry, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Does it know where to add the column, or you have to
So
keep the space and
if you go to the last, if you go to the last place and add
okay,
it.
okay, and just add.
So,
Okay.
so if
Sorry,
you
please,
want
can you just come back on that again? The calculation, how you went about that calculation. Sorry, please.
okay. Let me delete it. You see, if I want to delete, I'll come back here and delete that step. That's what I did. So now I'll come to what? Custom column. So what is the name of the column I want to do? It's called sales revenue. Sales revenue. And they already said custom common column formula. So what do we want to do? I want to say the price per unit, that is this, times, you just click on star on your keyboard, unit sold. Sorry. You can decide to drag it. I think, okay, dragging is not working, just click on it. Unit sold, and click on OK. So once you do that, it's going to come here. It's going to go to the last column on your data. Yeah. So maybe you want to move it to this point. You can just click and move. And you see, I've moved it. So this is the sales revenue. So once you are done with all this, I think we are done with the whole transformation and any other thing I want to do. I think now you can now see your data is clean. You can now see your data is clean. You want to do this, then you come to, then you close and apply. So once you close and apply, everything is going to be populated here. Everything will be populated here. So we've done for 3 now. We've done for 3. And these are the 3 data sets. These are the 3. We've done for bike. We've done for the first one I brought in. Sorry, this is the last one that we just did, the one we just concluded. And this is the difference, sales revenue. And this one is for the US president that we did. Those are the 3 that we did. So I think that is any question. I can stop the recording now.
So we can basically say that